does that. Well, here I am, ready to play a game I always hear so much about, but did my best to avoid hearing spoilers for, so I don't really know what's it about, but I assume it's a Tamagotchi-like game. Would you like to review the tutorial? Yes, please. This game is designed to be played with a mouse. The input required of you is based around clicking the mouse buttons. The right mouse button will change the cursor's image and function. Okay. Only when pointing, indicated by the extended index finger, can you, the player, interact with certain menu buttons and prompts. Please click below in the pointing mode. Continue. Okay. The second cursor mode is indicated by the cursor's image featuring a hand extending all fingers. This mode concerns interacting with objects inside the world, mainly picking up an object and moving it to another position. To continue, please pick up the piece of trash on the right and place it in the trash can on the left. Remember, the right mouse will change the cursor's mode, but when holding something, the mode cannot be changed until the cursor is not holding something. Like this? Okay. I got it! Hello, Smormu, how are you? Very early stream, isn't it? Hopefully this could be more of a common occurrence, but we'll have to see. Oops. I was gonna do one a little earlier, but I think this is a good time. How are you doing today? That's it! There will be many situations in growing my grandpa that will require you to pick up things, place things, grab things, or give things. Don't be afraid to experiment and keep an open mind about using your hand. Please click the button below to continue. Remember, menu buttons will be clicked in the pointer mode. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's right, Abzu cannot be trusted. She is a scoundrel, a menace. Or so they say. I'm doing okay. What? I'm in a meeting, so I can't watch. I wish you good luck and will join once meeting is over if you're still streaming. Oh, that's okay, I'm sorry. I should do a better job of making sure everyone can join, but I hope the meeting goes well. If the stream is short, I can pick up another game too. I hope it goes well, Snowy. Thank you for coming. And I'm doing fine. Today's been nice. In order to expedite this cleaning process, you can use digits 1, 2, and 3 on your keyboard's number row at the top of the keyboard to reposition the trash can below. Try moving the can to the right of the screen, 3 on your keyboard, in order to continue. Okay. Thanks, Grandpa. Well done. Please click the continue button to move on. Remember, menu buttons must be clicked. Yes. Alright. Damn, this is long. A variety of video options can be changed at any time through the use of the functions keys F3, F4, and F5. Yeah, I saw that, I think, in the configuration. Yes, I know all this. That's good. Alright. Hovering over the small question mark on the top right provides an overlay related to available configuration options. Alright. Press it. Here. Okay. This ends the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed growing my grandpa. Infinite thanks to my patrons and supporters for believing me and my work. Yamas. So nice. Week 1. Grandpa. And I really got to know my grandparents, so might be a good opportunity for me. I excused Adrian during music class today and spoke with her about her recent string of demerits. It was our first time meeting outside of our quarterly evaluations, and I believe it went well. I can certainly understand Mrs. Richardson's classroom observations concerning Adrian's emotional state. She was, of course, intensely shy when we first met. As I understand it, she is similarly withdrawn in her classroom activities and only speaks or acts when she's absolutely must. Some things she simply will not do. Instead of participating in mandatory group activities, she will sit alone and accept that she will receive a demerit. Before the meeting, I read Mrs. Richardson's parent-teacher report, which allowed me to estimate some about Adrian's home life. The parents are well educated and come from a prestigious background, but they lack time to properly nurture Adrian. She is often alone, and when she is not, the parents seem to not understand the importance of warmth and affirmation when dealing with someone so young. Having 2 parents of this reserved and icy temperament exacts an inhibition in a child. The child's imagination is subdued, but only ostensibly. I can't remember how to say that word. For it eventually finds its way into regular life. I surmised that I would be able to reach out to Adrian by way of make-believe, ostensibly. I'll figure it out later. Is that me? How are you liking your new house? You've told me you used to live close by, but it could still be a big adjustment. A new room, a new school. The basement. I like that. The basement? Yeah. Well, there's a lot of cool stuff. Mom and Dad sent me down there. Your mom and dad made you go? Yeah, but there's lots of cool stuff. Well, that's not why they sent me down there, though. Why did they send you down there? Fighting. They were fighting. Shouting. I came in to help and they shouted at me. They said, "Go clean up downstairs." So I went. That sounds tough. Do they fight a lot? No. Well, they, It's alright, Adrian. Maybe you can tell me more about the basement instead. Okay. Well, it was weird at first, the stuff down there. But cool. I found something living, sort of. That's very interesting, Adrian. Please tell me more. By indulging her in her fantasies and stories, I was able to glean more of an understanding of Adrian's anxiety surrounding her home and parents. The symbol of Adrian's story seemed to carry their own dramatic weight, and her exploration of the basement may very well be a vehicle for the conveyance of her anxiety. Whatever might come of our next meeting, whether she will engage in similar make-believe, I will set down her story here. Adrian's story begins with her delving into the basement with a trash receptacle and a goal of cleaning up. I can do that. She discovered one of the walls was covered in plastic bags. She went to investigate, intent on tearing away whatever they covered. Oh, that's a Z. Trash bags. And then... Oh, I can't kick it? Ah. Alright. Maybe... F2? Perhaps I can't do it yet? Oh, I already messed up. But he said to switch it. Darn it, me. Oh. Ew. What's this? Oh. Go here? Those little wormies? Or plastic bags? They look so tiny. Upon removing the plastic trash bags from the wall, she noticed her interior lining was covered in glass. Like a window, I offered. No, she said. Like a mirror. Reflecting inwards towards the animal they covered. I gently asked her what exactly this animal was. Here is where the material reality of the story took a turn for the explicitly fantastic and imaginary. Abzu, what do you think of AI? I think it has its uses. But right now it's kind of a threat to the artistic community, so not too fondly. I like the idea of people using it for concept art. Like, if they want to commission someone, they'll quickly use AI to give an idea of what they want the artist to make. And there was something else I thought AI could be useful for. I can't remember what that was, though. I want to look at it with an open mind, but I'm very wary of its uses. Especially since now we can easily fake videos. It makes me nervous. Why? What do you think about it? I'm just so scared. So I want people to keep making art and not feel threatened. Fake videos, yes. So I just saw one today where they reanimated photos, and I thought this could definitely trick me to thinking of something happened without knowing. And unfortunately, it's used a lot in pornography. That's been really difficult to accept these days. What else? What did I think that was good for? And there's other uses for AI that aren't bad. Like generative AI for when you're filling in backgrounds is a little more understandable, but still scared. As an artist, I'm scared. And nowadays, even people have been using AI to take unfinished sketches and finish them without the artist's permission. And that makes me... That's not really cool. At least ask if you're going to try doing that. Let's see. Oh! Okay. Upon her discovery of it, at her gaze, it grew or extended its shaggy-haired self. Hair like the fur of a dog, I offered. No, she said. Not the fur of a dog, nor the hair on her head. It grew out towards her, the animal's hair, reaching out. It was hard, standing almost straight, like the hair on a brush. A bristle, I offered. Yes, she said. I like a lot of fantasy and sci-fi AI-generated images, but I feel guilty with the art ceiling it implies and how it affects the community. Yeah, there are still some art pieces that I do find beautiful despite being AI, but the idea that it's still taking the works of other artists without permission still bothers me. So I feel guilty too. I do know there are some artists who make or who use a program and only feed their work into it so they can see what comes out of it. I can approve of that if that's their own decision. There's some manga coming out like that. Can't remember what they're called though. It's not too bad. It's just we have to find a good balance between AI and protecting artists. Yeah. I think there is a lot of good stuff that can come from it. And some people who, because of their limitations, won't be able to learn art can use AI to improve and make something that they want to be proud of or would help me with concept art. Sorry, I'm adjusting myself. Like, disabled people who might want to create a character for D&D or to just try to get their artistic ideas out. It's not bad. I think it depends on how they utilize it. If it's just a couple of keywords, I think it needs more than that. I still think it needs some sort of human touch to be considered art. That's just to me. I know art is very subjective, so my opinion could be on the low side. And I would accept someone who says it is art. I always like to know, I just want an explanation from them. Yeah. Because I don't want to be overly hostile to the idea. Because maybe there is an angle to it that I could really enjoy. I just haven't quite found it yet. Where's my... Oh, no. Okay. She was very afraid at first, but then very curious. I asked her what else was in the room. More things hidden away, she said. Things of Grandpa's as well. I think the same from the opposite side, I think. What do you mean? I would like your perspective on it. First, she found a hidden passage under the stairs. Inside were strange dolls, magic objects, naked, faceless figures. I heard these cryptic utterances and merely nodded. In order to keep the game of make-believe going, I only pressed for details where I thought necessary. The faceless dolls could be a simple metaphor for the anonymity she feels in her own home. The hidden passage, I am unsure of what to make of that. The revealing of the concealed seems to be thematic in her fantasy. The door under the stairs is but one example. Can I grab anything? Like, I want to see the perspective in an artist, because it's a consumer. Oh, okay. Now, I could try expanding on it more, or trying to gather the opinions of other artists. I have a few friends who might be interested in discussing it. There's one there's one person I know who's quite in favor of it, while most of my artist friends are dismissive of it. So that's where I get my hesitance to be completely dismissive. I want to understand them better. Yeah. How do I go down? Oh, right. Sorry. What's this? Can I not understand it? Okay, it's fine. But it's kind of hard to have discussion on AI because people act very defensively. It's very hard to have the discussion over it. Which is understandable. It is almost threatening livelihoods, I think. But most corporations seem to be stepping back away from it, so I'm not quite sure how it's gonna go from here on out. Nothing here. The darkness of the shadow corner unnerves you. You cannot explore here without some light. Okay, I'll leave. Trash pile. I should pick up more, right? Can I grab anything? Oops. It's sort of glowing here, so I thought I could. What? What's here? Oh no. Hello? Oh, it's more garbage. Garbage simulator. Once she removed the panel and found the magical hidden passage, she was very specific about what she took. She found a magic book, a magic doll, a photo of her late grandpa, and magic glue. You can be totally honest, but how do you feel about talking of topics not related to the game you are playing? I'm fine with it. I don't get a chance to talk to many people offline, so I'm excited to talk about any topic when I am online. I don't mind it, especially since the game is a little strange. I understand it's hard to make a topic from that. I'm very open to any topics you might think about, don't worry. I hope I don't seem like annoyed by it. I don't mind it, don't worry. What did I say? Take a doll? Doll? Okay, no problem at all. And it helps me feel the air. So you're helping me a lot. Take it. This one? Ah. Oh. And also because I'm bad at gaming. Obviously, I don't know what to do here. Oops. Oh. A slouching doll. Its material is rough and coarse. Alright. Search the closet. This is more garbage. Let me move that to the center-ish. 2? Okay, that's better for me. Was there anything else on your mind? Oh, glue. To click it? All-purpose glue. What? That. Perfect, I'm doing such a great job. Hold on, let me clean up first. All clean. The space will not be dirty again until next week. Perfect. Oops. Eurasian steppes, shamanism, darn it. And the Fusiform Gyroos. An interdisciplinary study in sympathetic magic. I'm gonna have some water. A dissertation. Jacob Hart. Oh, I can read it now. Oh my gosh, I don't want to. The impetus of this research was the recognition of a particular pattern in fragments of documents relating to magic and magical religious practices. Numerous sources were drawn from commentaries on laws relating to the banning of sorcery and necromancy, compilations of folk charms relating to love spells, hagiographs of saints and their encounters with devils. The list spans many centuries and a great distance, from the Levant to the Khazar Khaganate to the border of the modern nation states of Russia and Kazakhstan today. From the paper trail arose a consistent account about a certain form of magic relating to the binding of demons to a sorcerer's will. A demon called Heaven of Needles, or the Angel of Needles, was known to be kept best by the shamanic keepers of wards who suffered from face blindness. Prosopagnosia, that's real, right? Whether by birth or through developmental causes like a stroke or head injury. It was known to be extremely effective but terribly dangerous, so much so that it became outlawed several times and was generally a popular scapegoat relating to unexpected death. I need to practice reading. This nexus of magical, religious meaning-making, sorcery regarding human-related desires, and the history and science of neurological disorders related to the fusiform gyrus. is where the subject of this dissertation will reside. I will outline further and then analyze the historical sources. I mentioned previously that I will go to the neurology of mystic and magical religious experiences. After that, I will detail my own correspondence with a resident of the Ural mountain region, who is an expert folklorist and keeper of traditions he claims have been passed down to his extended family for generations. What would you think if someone used AI to make an image with your model, like a meme? I'm not sure. If it's just my drawing, I guess I wouldn't mind people using it for that. But if it's with AI, they might be using other people's art to make things. I'm not quite sure. I haven't used AI myself yet at all. Oh, a photo of your late grandfather. Read it. Mr. PhD. On the reverse side of the photograph, there is more text. Good luck on your trip to the Urals. Stay warm. I use text AI a lot. Oh, yes, right. I did use that once. I forget why. I think someone wanted help with their homework and they wanted me to check with AI for a quick question, so that's what I did. Otherwise, I don't use AI too much. I know Google sort of forces you with the first response, so I'll read that sometimes. I haven't used it often after that. You're right. I guess I'm a liar. I interrupted to ask what she did with these magical, mysterious materials. Grow Grandpa, she explained plainly, and then without missing a beat, she continued on with her story. Feeling this was a potent symbol, I stopped her again to ask what she meant. Somewhat puzzled, I did not understand immediately, she explained slowly. Grandpa lives in the cage in the other room, the cage behind the door. They grew people in the cage. Understandable. Went to a trash pile, right? There's nothing we can grab. Pop, 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 pop. That's fine. But yeah, I use that occasionally. Oh, and I think I did try to see what fanfiction would be like. It was really awkward. I stopped using it. Oopsies. Is that it? And that way is too dark for us. Should we go upstairs then? Oh. A hastily written note. AI fanfic recommendation. The ships I like are very, very rare and niche. I don't think it'll be good. I don't think you'll be into it. Cause no one writes it. The ship I like, there's one character who ends up eating his own flesh, and the other one has to take care of him. I want to read it. I want to read stories when that happens, not before or... Yeah. But who's gonna write that? That's creepy, right? Oops, come back, I didn't read it. No! Read now. Ah! I messed up again! Okay. Ritual behavior was a sample of trading bargaining will result in dismissal from the project. The precise mechanism of the exchange of symbols and gifts required for the requested desirous yield is not known, and even when anecdotal accounts of success are illegible, and then violent death. I really would like to commission really specific stories like that. Yeah, I miss a little, I don't know people's tolerance for certain subjects, and I don't want them to end up disgusted or hating me, so that's why I kind of refrain. But one day, I'm sure there's someone like me, a sick, perverted fellow who's willing to write stupid things. Not that it has to be sexual, I just want to see how you deal with that sort of situation. Oh. But it would be nice. I wonder if there's a site for that, because I know VGen lets you commission artists for VTuber models and emotes. Yeah. There's a surprising amount of people who might be open to it, but I'm too shy to reach out. Oops. Okay. Click it right. The sample's exposure to some of our neural activity is unavoidable. However, the speed at which its desirous yield is produced can be dampened by several precautions regarding libidinal and emotional urges. I sound like a baby. Keep conversation not related to lab work to a minimum. So it's not supernatural, is it? It's some sort of laboratory. If you begin to suspect that you're developing attachments to your colleagues, contact me as soon as possible. Wait. What kind of story do you want written? I also like crossover ships, so that's pretty rare. But to find someone who knows both stories, sometimes it's kind of difficult. I think the best of being an artist without being one is being able to bring to life crazy concepts you want to see. Yes! That's the most important. There's so many silly stuff that you just want to bring to life. And you can just draw it whenever you want, usually, or write it out. That's amazing. Yet my brain tells me no, hold back, or just shoots me with buckets of procrastination. There's so much I want to draw, but certain conditions make it difficult. But I'll work on it. I think this year has been very enlightening for me, and it's taken a while, but I feel like I'm doing much more than I ever have, and I'm excited for what I can do in the future. I'm gonna do so many cool things. You'll just wait and see. For the sake of university policy and the health of any future career you hope to have, you will abide by the non-disclosure contract you have signed, an NDA. They signed that at HoloLive. If I could draw, I would have made some fun abs. You can! I don't mind. If you made doodles for me and you start off drawing, if you use me as like practice, I would still find it very sweet. Actually, I tend to really like VTubers who use MS Paint models. I think it's very cute. I keep thinking about you just floating in the bottom of the sea, right? It's so relaxing down here. So that's a perfect thing to draw. You should join me sometime. Come back to town and just fall into the sea. I don't know if this is rude, but there is an artist I like who makes videos on how to improve your art. I think it's very helpful to anyone who's interested. He has a 3-month course too that I want to buy and learn myself. Naoki Saito, he makes a lot of Pokemon cards. I'll share it sometime. Yes, that's a good idea. Yes, vaguely. You could see me. Oh, sorry. You can see a hint of me in the water reaching out to you, floating side by side. It'd be nice to learn to animate so I can show myself being affected by the waves. Do not break the anthropodic vacuum without any prior consultation and approval. Any anthropodic forms brought into the enclosure area must not be left unattended. When not in dormancy, the sample will attempt to make anthropoid shells. Please see shell notes for more notes on that. There's so much stuff I'm not going to remember. It's a lot to do with your Yes, I like it a lot. I feel like there's some things I probably should have changed. Maybe the childhood friend aspect is a little too invasive. But I want people to be wary of me despite the calming atmosphere I might bring. I'm not friendly. You can't trust me for long. You can enjoy my company, but it's like having a dagger at the back of your neck. Or at the back of your back. Back. I'm scary. I like my concept a lot, though. I love my anchor. I love the ropes on my legs. I try to keep them clean to signify that they're purifying in a way, but it's kind of hard to do it perfectly. Yeah. There's so many... I don't know. There's so many concepts I could have chose. So... You feel like that? You're so scared right now? It's okay. You can relax a little bit around me. Because I'm being fumbled up by these complicated words. So my edge is a little less sharp. Beyond the door in the room, the cage was hidden, concealed in another hook of inward-facing mirrors. What? This kind of reminds me of something, but I can't quite place my finger on it. A hidden cage lined with mirrors. It is strange, almost poetic, the elaborate fantasy of self-reflection, concealment, and captivity. Tarp. Oh, it looks like ribs. What? Right here. Oops. Tarp. What's your fave thing about your model? It's kind of silly, but I like the pleats on my skirt a lot. You never see it, but I thought it looked nice. But I like my eyes too. It's kind of... I don't know if this is okay to say, but it's based on... the goblins from... Goblin Knight? Why did I forget? Yes. Whenever they have a close-up on their eyes, it's all bubbly and fading and splitting away, and I thought that was a cool effect. So that's why I wanted to try with the octopus eyes. But I don't get a chance to show it off too much. Let me see. Just a second. Can I make it bigger? Can I make myself bigger? Darn it, me. Darn it! Don't look at this. Pretend I'm doing okay. I clicked the wrong thing. No, I did. I messed up. I thought it was bigger than that. But it looks nice, right? Chop, 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 chop. I didn't make any mistake at all. Any at all. I wish I could make the model a little bigger, but Fuki Tech, gets upset when I mess around with it too much. Too much. I can't even use my full body form. Let me see. This work? No, I have to... Can't. No. It won't let me. But yeah, the octopus eyes, the pleats, and the anchor. Yeah, you're the first and only person to see it, presumably. I can't check the live count. on stream, I haven't shown it off yet. If I ever make, I'm working on emotes. I'll probably make a singular anchor, anchor emote. Because everyone seems to like it, I'm so glad. It is my buddy, even though it's holding me down. Let me see, where's the game? Okay, let's continue. I have to take all the garbage out. At the cage, she finally cast her spell. But it was confusing, she confided at first. She took the magic doll, the magic glue, and the photo of her grandpa, and she combined them, and she wished very hard. I can only assume in this fantasy that next her wish would come true. And what child's story would it not? Is that Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh, I have to click this. Glue. Alright, I have to do it myself? Oopsies. That seems right. That's cute! I kind of want to try doing that. I want to have a stream where we all make a god together. I just have to find the right ingredients. I think it'll be really nice, and then I can pray to it sometimes. I've thought about using seawater, but that goes pretty bad quickly. I have to think about it. It'll be fun. And what are those things called? There's a certain kind of wine box that's wooden that you can pull the tab so reveal what's inside. We can keep the gods in there. It'd be so cute. A tangible symbol of intention and desire. She put Grandpa in the cage, assuming that was part of the ritual. She was not clear on how it worked. What precise instructions she could glean from her grandfather's magic book was complicated by her reading comprehension. She wished with all her heart, and then she told me she waited a while for something, anything to happen, and after that time, she began to cry. I cried really hard, she said. I wanted Grandpa to be back. I wanted my parents to stop being so mean. And it hurt me. It hurt me wish for Grandpa to come back, for my parents to be different. I could feel it through the walls, and it felt me through the air. That's what's gonna happen to us once we make our gods. I asked her what exactly she meant. She could only repeat what she said. By this time, lunch was almost over. I said goodbye to Adrian, and she left to rejoin her class. I was left to consider our conversation. I believe the storytelling strategy I have employed was not unfruitful, but I must probe deeper if I can. Although I can be sure of nothing I interpret, the impressions I get may begin to help me get an idea of the right questions to ask. Knowledge you acquired this week has given you access to certain topics or keywords that you can discuss with Grandpa. You have gained the conversation topic wish. Consider discussing this when Grandpa emerges. That's so creepy. You have also gained the following keyword. Shell. Perfect. I once heard a story about fraternity that make a god and ended not good. I'm interested in that. I think it's such a fun concept to know that humans can subconsciously make a god. It was mostly paranoia though, I think. That happens a lot. Mass hysteria, shared delirium. Like when that time when everyone danced to their deaths because one person started it. Or the family who began a cult and started, I think, eating each other in feces. It didn't end well for anyone, I believe. It's scary. Very interesting. Or mewing nuns. There were mewing nuns. That's cuter than what I found. I'm interested in... What story is that? I have a new sticky pad that is kitten-shaped, so you can share with me anything and I'll write it down. Although that didn't end in tragedy, that's better off then. I wouldn't mind bragging about being part of the mewing nuns. I met again with Adrian in order to address her emotional outburst in the past few weeks. It is our second time meeting, and while it is standard practice to have multiple sessions with a troubled student, as I assembled a report for the counseling department, I could not help but think, as we sat down in my office, that Adrian already seemed to show a remarkable change in self-esteem and confidence, and perhaps my and Mrs. Richardson's estimation of her as emotionally disturbed was erroneous. The problem is, I read all these words, I just never speak them out loud. My mouth doesn't quite know how to convey it. The paralyzing shyness and withdrawn attitude Adrian possessed last week was not entirely diminished, but she seemed to hold herself differently this week. However, this only lasted as long as our conversation pertained to initial introductory pleasantries. Thank you for understanding. I was worried since you read so much, maybe you were like, this is so hard to listen to. When I began once again asking about her parents, her feelings regarding her new school and her new home, she quickly lost what new confidence she had gathered up and withdrew again into herself. So once again, I partook in some collaborative make-believe. But this time I was aided by the fact that I had to manage to do some research into Adrian's grandfather, and I had some insight into what she might actually be finding in the basement. Now, this may be overstepping my bounds some as a school counseling caseworker, but this is all in the service of making Adrian comfortable and happy in this learning environment. My brain knows what to say, but my tongue is so silly. Yes, exactly! I could be so smart and articulate if only my mouth didn't work against me. All these bubbles coming out of my throat just saying, no, we want you to say it in a funner way, a made-up way. Let me have some water. Maybe some honey soon. But it's only been 30 minutes, so I should stay strong. Because honey tastes gross still. In any case, I was able to dig up information regarding the grandfather by inquiring at the university in town. Not that I make it a habit of sleuthing, but I had suspicion that the grandfather was a professor there, or at least some sort of researcher, due to the fact that the newly constructed laboratory on the campus I drive by every day bears his name memorial. He was some sort of anthropologist or linguist or neuroscientist. I did not have to dig that deep before the scope of his work became dizzying, and I ran up against the limits of my undergraduate education. But back to the make-believe. I love her face. It's so creepy but endearing. What is your grandpa like? Is he a smart man? I think I did, because, When I was a child, when we lived in the haunted house, I said I would play with my friends all the time. Like little lights and fairies, but I don't quite remember them. I think they were kind, though. They didn't trouble me much. Did you have any? I'm always a little jealous when people have like 5 or so. Or very detailed memories of them. That's a little scary. It's okay. It's an interesting case because the house that was haunted, it was an angry old man that would only bother my older sister. So he will haunt her dreams, he'll make her room cold, he'll always be standing there. But whatever else was in the house was just nice to me. It's very unfair. I feel bad for her. I think we moved out fairly quickly. Yeah. Not anymore. But I'm teaching him. Favorite ghost? Yes. They looked upon me and said, this is the one. This is the one will give kisses and smooches and pull her away from the streets when she gets too far. So he's grown a good deal then. You have been feeding him well? Yeah, he's getting bigger. But he has a lot of room in his cage. He's still behind the bars. Yeah, well, he might be able to climb out eventually. There's this vent in the ceiling. Well, perhaps if he climbs out, I could meet him someday. Yeah, maybe. But he's not ready to leave. He can't take care of himself. I have to feed him. Pick up after him. My grandma had a tiny statue. I used to talk to it when I was a kid. That's so cute. My friend Bob. It works the name. It's cute. What kind of statue? We did have one doll in the grandfather clock that liked to move around a bit. But I didn't do anything besides that. So I never really talked to it. It was still a little scary to me. Oops, the game disappeared. Ah, you store the food in your lunchbox? That's nice of you to share. A religious one, kind of bizarre. Like an angel or the saint? They recently made a new saint too. A Maneliano saint? I'm surprised they still do that. But yeah, saint. Nice. Is it the creepy ones or the ones that have nice names? I don't know too much about saints, but I feel like I should. I liked Saint, she's a saint who took revenge after her husband was splayed open. Saint Olga. Saint Olga is cool. It was a really important doctor here, I think. Okay, that makes sense then. He can almost talk. You cannot speak with him. He doesn't have a mouth, sort of. But how do you feed him? He has a mouth on the outside, on his shell, or the stuff that is his skin. You heard of her? I think she's so fascinating. Welcome, Snowy. We're talking about saints and reading hard words, so don't be gentle when I read. I'm not good at it. Did it go well? I'm doing okay. I'm a little confused. Maybe you can go through a typical day with your grandpa? Okay. Terrible, I'm sorry. What happened? I asked her to explain how exactly she goes about growing her grandpa, and Adrian began another tale. According to Adrian, in the week that had passed, much has changed in the basement. Old woman kept interrupting me, so I'm kicking her out the condo. I mean, she should have just waited, I guess. I feel a little bad. What was she mad about? Oh, the vent. Can I open this yet? It feels like I should. Oh. The hairy thing that was here before is gone. Got it. What's this again? Oh, the lunch. You should go see Grandpa first. Alright. Grandpa. It was scary at first, she said. The way he moved, the way the doll skin covered him. I wanted to interject. This somehow seemed inappropriate, but I kept listening. She's mad about the financial statements, even though I reduced our condo's debt to 0. But she's mad that our income isn't as good in return. That's silly. It just feels like it's something we have to deal with for now. Especially when it's gone, the debt. Some people want the world. Oops, I messed up. When I look at him, she continued, when I think about him, he grows and moves. It's like he's growing for me. Yes, you did your absolute best. No one should take that for granted. It's good so far. It's a little confusing. It's a little wordy. My throat already hurts. But it's interesting. I'm growing my own grandpa. How can't it be? So he's growing bigger now, I asked. Yes, she said. Bigger every day. Look at my awesome grandpa. I love the animation. I thought, though, this would be like a Tamagotchi-like game, so I'm a little shocked. Sore throat, underwater. May you take a sip from your left or right? It's not enough, because there's so much salt in here. I have to eat more honey. Let me have some more honey. Don't let it float away. Even though I detest honey so much. It's pretty. I like it. It reminds me of something that I can't quite remember, though. It's getting at me. This begins the actual growing part of growing your grandpa. Beneath the doll's burlap skin, the follicles knit together what resembles a proper person, your grandpa. You are in charge of his cognitive development and diet until it is able to sustain itself. Kinda Mad Goaty. Oh yes, you're right, Mad Gotti. That might be what I'm thinking of. I have to finish that ASAP. The latest horror movie I've seen was stop motion, but I didn't like it too much. It needed more stop motion and more color. Everything felt a little one note and familiar. Currently, you are observing Grandpa. Please click the arrow back button below, a brief tutorial of your duties as caretaker. Oh yeah, that's a good watch. Stop motion felt a little potential. Yeah, I wanted the stop motion aspect to be just more like why does it have to focus on stop motion? Give me a good reason why it had to be stop motion. I was kind of interested at the part where she stops to move her mother's hand like a stop motion film, but it didn't really go anywhere. It was only for like a minute. But the dolls were very cute. I'll give them that. I just wish it was a little more. I hope more people try to do a stop motion / thingy. Here we can see a variety of options regarding growing your grandpa. Oh my gosh. Feed grandpa. Acceptable foods eat and seek out to feed grandpa. Teach grandpa. Okay. I think in the movie it was called graphic novel. It was about graphic artists. Not much needs to be changed, which is exactly. It's like how the movie Black Swan. He wanted to express the ugliest such an elegant art, and I think he succeeded with that. That's a good theme, but with stop motion, it wasn't enough stop motion. I didn't get to see the film at the end. I wanted to see more of what her mother's works were, and she was such a accomplished artist that she could never compare to. It's a little more. It's a shame, because I like the idea so much. And I wanted the film to feel more stop motion-y, like maybe her movement started looking like that. Maybe they start using the human actors in a stop motion way. It would have been beautiful. It's okay. It happens. There's no perfect movie, except for The Thing. I love that movie. Here we can see a variety of options regarding growing your grandpa, right? Highlighted in red are objectives related to feeding and teaching grandpa. Important messages regarding grandpa's recent activity will also appear here. You will need to find the food and learning material before you can move on to the next week. I need to watch Old Boy. I know the spoilers already, but I think it's still worth it. I definitely need to do that ASAP. Oh, it's always top on the list of most disturbing movies. And I need that more. As research material for my streams. Some foods will make Grandpa happy. Others merely content. Some food will make Grandpa disgusted to the point of nausea. We should. I need to think of something that would be appropriate. I should make a list and see what everyone's interested in. It's just funny, it feels like a week isn't enough, so I sort of panic with watch-alongs. Learning materials are also scattered throughout the basement. Seek out vocabulary cards intended to help teach English and basic anthropoetic concept formation. Got it. The options highlighted in red are related to navigating around Grandpa's enclosure. The go-to Grandpa option will let you perform all actions directly related to Grandpa. Okay? Maybe I'll just read this to myself. My throat is here. Alright, steady going. Okay. Alright. Well, let me write that down. I want to study more stop motion stuff. Oh wait, let me just rip up a new page. I made a list of topics to talk about today. Trying to beat a good app soon. Hydration, yeah, sorry. Let me do that soon. Thank you. We're so close to affiliate. I should get ready. And then have my hydration redeem. What the... Okay. Torba head. Oh, I wrote that wrong already. Turbo head. What's the topic on the top of your list? Well, it was gonna be Chainsaw Man, but I didn't want to spoil you, because I forgot the day was Tuesday, so I just casually, with my heart opened Chainsaw Man on the Manga Plus app, and I screamed. It's so emotional. It was really painful. I'm still not over it. I'm thinking about it a lot. Chainsaw Man, no, not the new chapter. I still kind of want to have a Chainsaw Man corner where I just talk about the newest chapters and stuff. Yes, we gotta keep it a secret though. For Smoramu, he hasn't caught up yet. So freaking painful though. I'm still hoping it's a joke. My thing. No spoilers. We gotta keep it a secret. The help button will play the tutorial. Okay. Save button. Only one save file. I pray. No, it's okay. I like being vague and screamy as well. It's not an issue. The other topics was the stop motion film because it was so disappointing to me. I wanted to mention it. And Buckshot Roulette. That's right. Buckshot Roulette has they're working on multiplayer so we can play a game sometime. Not yet. It's not ready yet, but I'm excited. I love that game. I'm gonna be so bad at it against real people. We can play it Smoramu together. I think it's gonna be 4 people in one game. So we'll see how that goes. I want to shoot. Oh, maybe we can customize our own dealers. I'm gonna look so cute. It's fun. I love Buckshot. It used to be my go-to guerrilla gaming, and then I started playing Holocure too much. But I want to get back into it to practice so I can kill you guys efficiently. Right. More buttons may or may not appear depending on your development of Grandpa, so watch out for them. Alright. One final note. Take care to explore the basement at your leisure. However, due to the entropic nature of the clutter and trash, different weeks may allow you to find things you had not previously discovered. This game is so intense. Like, I thought it wouldn't be so much one time. I played Russian roulette with rubber bullets to the guts to my friends in my spare time in uni. Did you win? That's intense. I mean, rubber bullets still hurt, right? Is your tummy okay still? I never lost because I cheated. Well, anything to save yourself from pain, right? I can trust that. Okay. Oh, crap. Wow. I keep clicking out. Sorry. Good luck. Thank you. Let me save real quick. Or not. Okay. Let me go to the study corner. Look over documents. Magic book. Oh, yeah, the one I missed out, I think. This one. Open. I have repeatedly called your homes to no avail, and so I am forced to leave this here for you all. I found William sitting in the corner of the enclosure area, seeming severely concussed. Whiskers was gone, and none of his usual hiding places. I immediately suspected the worst. The project thus must be suspended for now. I am leaving up to the usual mirrored coverings we use to keep this anthropodic void sealed. But why? Because my parents keep fighting. And maybe, if I grow my grandpa, he'll talk some sense to them, and we'll be a happy family again. They sent me to the basement so I could not be seen while they fought. It's very sad. Poor Adrian. I have done my best to lock up everything on such short notice. It is a hasty fix, but it will require some time to find a more permanent remedy. Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's gonna work, right? If we raise them with love and kindness, anything is possible. I am honestly hoping you do not find this note, as I intend to lock this house down too. I intend to race off to you to retrieve your lockbox keys. Do not worry about William's key. It and the rest of the equipment is almost certainly deep within Whiskers now. They named their subject Whiskers, or was it... I pray you do not enter this room. No matter how I may appear, William cannot be helped, and is only being kept alive as a means of continuing predation on the rest of us. I wish my parents raised me... I'm sorry. I wish parents could be kinder, or all parents could just be... Well, I wish the parents who came to be... could be the parents who choose to be parents. Like, my father is a good friend to other people. I can't say he's a good family man. And I think maybe his life would be better if he didn't happen to be a father. That's a little too deep, I think. I will say once again, no matter what state you may encounter William in, he cannot be helped. I have sympathy for the young man, I truly do. But I found on his person several photos of his late sister, which would imply certain risks he knew was taking. Whiskers, did it try it with a cat? I'm hoping no. But it sounds like... because it sounds like Whiskers ate his key, and maybe... I don't know. Because Whiskers seems like a big deal. Why would you mention a cat in your desperate note? Our extant research materials have now become possible liabilities, either criminal or professional in nature, so I have stashed them away. I believe I let you all know how I might do this if I were ever to experience an event such as this. I hope you all remember what I told you. So long, Dead. Dr. H. Surely you only wait for Whiskers to poop up the key, right? You wouldn't... Absolutely, I cannot kill a cat. I can't. I don't think I have it in me. If it's already dead, maybe I'll help it expel its insides, but that is the most I can do. This is backwards? Did I read this one? Okay, yes, Whiskers is the name of the thing. Let me see if I can go to the first one. Back. One. Read more. Did I read this already? Yes. I think I didn't read 3 and 4, but let me just double check, because I don't trust Apsu. Alright. Ritual behavior with the sample, trading, bargaining will result in dismissal from the project. The precise mechanism of the exchange of symbols and gifts required for a requested Desirius yield is not known, and even then accounts of success are illegible. End in violent death. Oh, I did read this one. I didn't read the first one, the fourth one. Regarding growth cycles, every time Whiskers regenerates and leaves dormancy, it is to be logged as a new propagation. Kind of like, what are those little plants called? Succulents. The sample's bodily existence cannot be illegible, i.e. a part cannot be cut from the whole. There can only be one living propagation. Propagations are to be terminated after 5 weeks. Any further developments puts us at risk. What are these $20 words? Who wrote this, Redditor? I just can't read. Now you all know my weakness. Besides being bad at games, I can't read. Not out loud. My tongue is rebelling against me. Perchance. Any further development puts us at risk. Termination procedures will be posted and followed with extreme care. With all that out of the way, I want to welcome you to the project. I look forward to working with you, Dr. Hart. Alright. I think that's everything we personally read. Did I read this? Yes, I read that. Let me search, I guess. Wait, I read that. Oh. Did I put it in my garbage can? Let's see. A set of procedures regarding disposal. Interment. I can read at the study corner. I could read it later then. Continue. Oh, biohazard bin. Perfect. You're great at games, Abzu. You always do great, no matter the... Yes, you're so sweet, isn't he? Thank you, Snowy. I'm glad you're having fun with it, at least. So sweet of you. I'll keep doing my best, then. I think she's doing well or not, so I think about the positivity things. Thank you. I appreciate that, too. Positivity is good. So much garbage. And I'm a good girl. Oh, wormies, right? And coins? Okay, let's click them. Or not. It's the wormies? Cashews! Sorry, they're not worms. It looks edible. Grandpa might like this. Old people like cashews. If you wet them first, so I might have to carry them in my mouth. God, this place is filthy. Or it's the same file cabinet. It might be. Okay, no, it's not. It's good. It's like... What's it? What do people like? Peanuts and Coca-Cola? You never knew. It was... Oh, let me read, okay. Oops, no! Darn it. You never know. You might like it. Strange food combinations like... I like, pizza with a little bit of vanilla frosting. I shouldn't. You know, when you order Cinna-Sticks or something and you have leftover vanilla icing, I dip a little bit of that on my pizza. Peanuts and cola, that sounds terrifying. It's supposed to taste salty and sweet. I don't think I could ever try it, though. You take a swig of the soda, you chew on some nuts. You look at your girl next to you in the car and you give her a kiss. A wet cola kiss. I think it's popular in the South. So proud of me. There we go. Grandpa. Okay. I should teach him the word to learn that word. He needs to know his name. If my girl don't stop me from drinking Nutty Cola, I'm running. I would like to try avocado with condensed milk. That sounds interesting. Because I feel like avocado is very versatile. You could put it in almost anything. I can sort of see it like a smoothie. I've had it. It's alright. You're willing to eat avocado condensed milk, but not peanuts and cola. Number 3. I see how it is. That a stick? I'm willing to eat many things, but not Nutty Cola. No, sorry. Okay. I'll respect that. Abzu can also be kind. Oh, I guess that was nothing. What are these weird... Is it taped down? Is there a false bottom? Yeah. Right? Just like Light in his death note. You remove the taped down fabric to reveal the cabinet's wooden bottom. Have you tried mustard and watermelon? I've been curious of that too. I haven't yet. Or I mean, I don't like watermelon too much. So maybe not, but I do like mustard. Maybe that'll make me like watermelon. Let me have a moment to have a talk with the fishes. I don't know what to say. An idol meeting. Let me just go real quick. Hold on. Let me do my old-fashioned be right back screen. In like a second. Admire my octopus eyes. I'm back. Let me click this right here. Thank you. Let us continue to see the reveal. My emotes is plugged up. Let's see. Click. A note regarding cleanup procedures. So when he takes a poop, I think. Sushi pizza sounds yummy. I'll give that a go. Oh, it's not. Shame for shame. Hold on. My nose is so stuffy. To my colleagues, I don't mean to be overly severe in tone, but Dr. Hart's work is very important, and the material we are working with is potentially very dangerous. I will be handing out a copy of this note as a reminder to everyone. I'm not trying to single out any particular person out. We all have misconceptions about the nature of this project from time to time. With that out of the way, here are some things to keep in mind. The active growth must be thoroughly terminated via the correct procedures at the very least 4 weeks after dormancy is interrupted. What? It doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done regarding tests or procedures or how much the anthropic vacuum has been disrupted. We are not ready to go beyond 4 weeks at this point. A step-by-step guide to termination has been posted by the enclosure wall. Please, 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 please do not place any educational posters over this posting. Do not disrupt the anthropoidic vacuum without Dr. Hart's prior consultation and approval. Anthropoidic. Although maybe I was too full when I tried. It was a pizza buffet with some crazy flavors. What was the weirdest thing Abzu has eaten? Nothing too weird. I've eaten lungs before. I've eaten snails. From very fresh snails. I think that's the two weirdest things. And crickets, I guess. Nothing too special. I'm sorry. I don't leave my area too much. What about you, Snowy? And the lungs are very salty. I didn't enjoy it at all. I don't recommend it. Doesn't matter. A step-by-step guide termination. Right, I read this part. My nose. In case of any emergency where the vacuum is disrupted, put on your equipment and begin the lockdown procedure. Make an extensive note of when and how the breach occurred. If you find the habitat empty, page Dr. Hart immediately, but do not attempt to speak with anyone else. This thing can get very smart, I'm sure you're all aware from the stories we heard on the acquisition trip. The greatest caution should be used when dealing with a potential aggressive mimicry scenario. Please seek me out if you have any more questions. So it's not really my grandpa, of course not, but it's okay. A pangolin! Don't tell me you ate a pangolin. No! They're so cute. Research participants, please take note. My Uncle Saul hustled me inside a restaurant, got me a dish, I ate it, it was delicious. And when I asked him what the dish was, he was like, oh, I thought you... No, I'm so sorry. That's so depressing. He made you eat it. That's cruel. That's not cool. The poor baby. I'm so sorry. I hope you never forgave him. Who does that? If I see someone playing with an animal, I think, oh, they're playing with an animal. Nah, he definitely wants to put it in his body. Yes! Your worst enemy. That happened once in an anime. Someone fed a janitor's prize koi fish to him, thinking that it was like some sort of food he was saving up. And he went crazy and almost killed them both. Each growth from a cycle does not require a shell, but you may find the sample will often try and seize on something somewhat flexible it can grow into, along with any desirous yield it may generate, or else it will move from one shell to the next as it outgrows them. In the small amount of time I have spent with it in preparation, I have noticed it tends towards human forms. However, we should keep a tight lid on the anthropoidic seal in order to be cautious before we begin experiment with exposing it long-term to anthropoidic, or is that a CI? Anthropoid stimuli. I mean, knowing him now, yeah, it might have been on purpose. I'm so sorry. That happened in South Park? Was that, the chili incident or something else? I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'll be careful and not give it anything not human-like. Or wait, what's anthropoidic mean again? I don't know. My words are weak. It says it likes humanoid things. And I gave it a doll. Is that everything? This is neat. Yeah, that was the best episode. That was like the moment everything changed. We have an awesome house. How does the parents not know about this medical equipment in the basement? I want to teach Grandpa some stuff. Search lower fridge. A banana! There's no way it's edible. That's impossible. Right? It's him digging out that little finger with the ring on it. His favorite band calling him a crybaby. I think they got the actual bandmates too. That's so awesome. There's no way it's a good banana though. What is this? Lettuce? No way, no way. Unless someone was here a while ago. Soft fruit or vegetable, an appealing item. Soft fruit or vegetable. We have a soft fruit, an appealing item, none. Isn't that good, Dad? Oh, banana. Banana. Okay. It's just tired. The banana's fine. No! It needs to be better. For my grandfather, only the best. Let's go feed him. He seems tired. Observe. You examine Grandpa, noting his movements, respiration, and general mood. Grandpa seems sort of sluggish and bored. You get the feeling it may be more content and readily cooperative once fed and taught a word or two. Okay, let's teach him. Grandpa. Oh, we like to be... Yes! This brief tutorial will go over teaching Grandpa pronunciation and vocalization. I feel so dumb. Wait, teach me. Teach me how to do it. I'm scared. I'm gonna do it wrong. Hold the right button. Okay. No. Oh, I see. Oh, wait, let's go to Grandpa first. This is... Got the G down. Calm down. Come on. Okay. Right here? Finally! Deep within Grandpa, strange memories prophonate confidently. That's so cute! He's so adorable. Right? He's he's a little tiny sticking the finger in. But all the ramen you eat, all the photos you share of the ramen look so good. I'm a little jealous. But you have to be careful. Grandpa likes to bite, I assume. Isn't it? Grandpa cares about me. We're bonding so well. That was harder than I thought, though. I thought it'd be a little... No, it'll get easier. Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module card and the notes there written by the administrators of the past. They wrote all this on the back of the note. Darn it. Grandpa, part of vocabulary and vocalization module E81 family. General pronunciation comments. Usual trouble with articulation. Voice thin and raspy, possibly underdeveloped larynx. On your comments, see below. We have done several sessions of what we are calling familial relation simulation. I and a co-researcher sit in chairs opposite the enclosure. We are wearing the usual mask. And we begin to act out a scene, mostly through improvisation, that might roughly resemble a kitchen table conversation between immediate family. Okay. Oh my gosh, let me not read this much. Let me see. I grew up poor and ramen always felt like high-class food. So I earned money, became chairman of my company, and ate nothing but ramen for my first 2 terms as chairman. That is impressive. I'm so proud of you. Good job. That's very remarkable. Pulling things up by your bootstraps and just getting what you need and want. I mean, ramen is still perfect no matter how much money you gain or lose. Perfect poor person food, perfect high-class food. I'm glad you get to eat well. Sorry, my throat is giving out. And my nose is suddenly so plugged up. Underdeveloped larynx. Does that mean... It seems like it's copying us. It must be developing something. But it's still mostly hair. I'll try to read this too. Repeated trials will reveal although our stimulated conversation was purposely vague and unspecific regarding persons and identities, we will only address each other as brother, father, sister, etc. It soon became apparent that the encoded information and associations we had cautiously drawn upon when hearing and speaking these words was being picked up by the whiskers, and his phi-type field of reception and interpretation of brain and mind events and matter content. My co-researcher William noticed this in a simulation where Whiskers was given a role as a sister and he as a brother. I was the father. Whiskers began responding to certain prompts with unusual specificity, as well as a general pattern and timbre of speech that continued with unusual consistency. Papa! As soon as the simulation ended and we left the enclosure area, William let me know that Whiskers was almost certainly drawing from encoded memories of his late sister. Mapping out exactly what regions and centers of neural activity are intercepted by the phi-type field will take extensive neuroimagining that we do not have at this site. Currently, we only have less precise portable equipment. However, our experiences so far are eerily in line with folk knowledge and folk explanations regarding the being's access to desires. Desires! And we can begin to infer it has access to certain portions of the limbic system and ventral temporal cortex. You step away from the bars and store the module card at the document table. I'm just a kid. I shouldn't be able to read all this. It should be like Eve, where words are kind of blurred out. Maybe sippy sip, hydrate. Oh yes, you're right. Let's go. Just give him one more word to learn. No. Let's teach him. Here you go, one more word. I have no more. I could have sworn I picked up other things. Feed, Grandpa. Yes, please. Beef tutorial. Oh, he has 2 teeth. How cute. The most brilliant. Our little Adrian. We need to be fed through in order... Okay. Okay. Why would I give him bad food? Oh, okay. Okay. husk already. Let's feed him. Come, Grandpa. I love his mouth. What are the nostrils? Left of his mouth. Left. Right here? Here is a banana. Let's put it back. Maybe he wants, oh, here you go. Hold on. Maybe he likes lettuce. Oops. Okay. I don't want to put it back. Hold on. Let me give you a banana. Oh wait, we have cashews! Maybe he likes that. Cashews. Fine. I'll give you a banana. No, I thought he would love it. Old people should love cashews. Fine, here you go. Grandpa. That's enough for now. I love you, Grandpa. Locomotes towards his favorite corner. Good. And now let's study one more word. Well, let's go to the study corner. I can't seem to find more stuff. I don't know. I hope it's not meat. Not gonna find any here. Look over documents, maybe? It was said to pass from one family of people. It was said to pass from one family of steppe people to another, but pressed on its ultimate origin, illegible, somewhere to the south, coiled in a bowl covered in incantations, buried upside down by a graveyard. A common late antiquity demon trap that sounds familiar. The keeper, an elderly man in failing health, was ready to expound on and on about the dangers of the organism, but when I asked more pointed questions about the history of its acquisition, I was given curt responses that had a way of circling back to vague warnings. Okay. But I need more words. Can I learn them from somewhere? No, I don't think so. Got the vocabulary, severe note, shell notes. So yeah, I learned the word shell. So can I... I'll have to find more vocabulary. I have glue. Okay, I can't use glue yet. Let's go back. Go to Grandpa, maybe perhaps talk to him. Alright, attempt to communicate. No response. Do I have any more food? I do, but we already fed him enough. Let me look around. Yes. I have to find more words. Bulbous growth. Something appears to be growing from the wall. You take a closer look. Okay. A pulsating sac. The slimy membrane that is his skin seems to contain something. I guess this is one of the... What is he called? Propagations? We have to kill it. When we get the chance. There can be only one. Not like Tomie. And not like me. There are many Abzus running around. Taking care of stuff for me. I can't have two grandpas. I think one of them will wither away while the other one lives. They said we could only have one grandpa. Otherwise, I would love two grandpas. Perhaps 3 or 4. But they could be lying to me. They are scientists. Is that everything? Good. Such a good girl. Only the strongest grandpa will survive. That's true. But I don't want to lose my grandpa. Corroded battery. Grandpa might eat it, however. But why would I want to feed him bad things? Hello! Yes! I'm ready. Let's check around. Oh, it's too dark here. Yes, in case. A cabinet. Alright, cabinet. My parents also want me to clean up after myself. Or they might do things to me. And I don't want to entertain that. Well, not to me, but you know what I mean. They'll be very cross and rude. And lock me in the basement. What's Grandpa? What is this shape? It kind of looks like a mermaid. Oh, more olives, right? Click. Blueberries. I'm always wrong. Darn it. Top drawer. It's a face? A mask? A no mask? Blueberries. Close enough, right? It sort of counts. They're vaguely similar in color and shape. There's so much trash that isn't there? It's too much. And it'll appear again every week. I don't understand. But welcome, welcome. Nice to see you, Kessel. Oh, there's 2 masks. There's 3. That's suspicious. Or here. Let's read it now. Before we began, he had us all cover our faces completely. An earthenware pot was... And on the inside, as we stole brief glances at it, we could see the interior was inlaid with mirrors. The gave it small pieces of dough, spoiled food, chicken feed, keeping it content. So they like meat, right? Meat, bread, spoiled food. Understood. How are you doing today? The keeper gestured towards a small bag where the food composted and told us to be careful not to feed it any meat. Okay, no meat. But it's dangerous. I asked if the rotting food was enough to sustain it, how I might get nutrients from any of this. I don't want Grandpa to turn out bad. He needs to fix our family. He has to be... Well, we'll see. The keeper regarded me seriously and said it did not matter what it was fed. The act of feeding itself was what mattered. The act of feeding flesh is another act, however. He then gave me another series of grave warnings regarding not keeping any animal-derived food near me, near where I might be keeping it. Got it. No meat. I feel like... No, I shouldn't. No meat. Oh, a key. Safety. That's so cute. It's a turtle. Like the one we fought in Dot Hack. Nearby, there's a river full of turtles. Snowy, I don't think you were here to hear it. And Kesso, no. We might make a stream when we make a god together. It'll probably be important to go to a place, a water source. We'll see. I have to figure it out. We are making a god. I'm gonna figure out the specifics. We're gonna get wine cases for everyone. It'll be a lot of fun. Oh. And we'll pray to it occasionally. We'll have praying streams. Hopefully they won't turn out, dubious. But we'll see. It'll be fun. I just have to figure it out. We do need this. It's perfect. Is that it? This looks like gum. Oh, it's a flower. Okay. So much interesting. All hail the almighty God of our creation. Exactly. God's born for us. We're willing to exist for us. We'll do us good. That might be meat. I swear that's meat. A little more. There. Fiberglass insulation. I don't like feeding him these things. Well, he can eat anything. It's the act of it that he enjoys. That's fine. Alright. I think that's everything we can find. Oh wait, I lied. My bad. I'm not trying to skirt on my duties. I'm just a little lost. Where is all this garbage coming from? I think he is escaping from his vent at night, probably. But we'll see. I trust Grandpa. We can call him Gigi for short. Well, the same syllable. Fiberglass is forbidden. No! That's my biggest fear. My dog or my nephew just happening upon it and putting it in their mouth. Oh. These are cute. Isn't this from... I feel like I should recognize this. I should use that in a future outfit. So cute. Let's go back to Grandpa, Papa. Oh, wait! Can we make something? None? Not yet. But yeah, we can make him another body in the future. Corpse Party is good. I want to play that one day. I didn't finish it. So I can stream it if I wanted to. I love the sounds of it. You can't play it without headphones. Oops. I love that game. And there's a new one coming out. And the special edition comes with such cute things, like a little candle light. I can't explain it well. I'll explain it later. But I mean, what's there to? It's a plastic candle that lights up. It's adorable, and you can use it for rituals. Oh no, no! I didn't say her name at all. I hate the idea of the new one, to be honest. What happened to the dead patient? What do you mean? I don't know too much about Corpse Party. Is a dead patient important? Oh wait, I didn't see the trailer to them either. I just saw the cute special edition. Go to Grandpa. Teach Grandpa. Hello. There was a Corpse Party 2 named Dead Patient, but it got canceled because they're making the new. That's weird. It's kind of like how, oops, like Final Fantasy 16, where it was completely different and more like a mafia story, and now we have a road trip. That was strange to me. It's a shame. I'm so sorry. I understand, cause oops, hold on. Let me focus a little bit. I'm messing up. There we go. Ah. Okay. When Let It Die was announced, I was just so cute. I was excited for Lily Bergamo, and then it got canceled for Let It Die, which is also a cute game, but Lily looked really cool and had some nice concept art. So I'm sad about that. Hello. Though I hate the idea the new game could be cool, that's true. Perhaps it'll surprise us. Having completed the lesson, you take a look at the back of the vocabulary module card, and the notes there written by the administrators of the past. Hello, part of the vocabulary, general pronunciation comments, sloppy articulation. Let's see. We are already encountering some difficulty as Whisker's subjectivity is so much more determined by a diverse and dynamic array of influences. It attempts to mimic the thoughts and desires it passively intercepts, and these imitations go on to structure the basis of its identity. Only later in Whisker's growth cycle does it begin to form an identity, or identities, that are coherent and capable of resembling a sane, rational human being when engaged in conversation. One must imagine how hard it would be to converse with someone who is not yet oriented in one particular way towards who or how they are, because they might have 20 different honest answers to those questions, all of them mixed and muddled together. 8-year-old be like, I don't understand any of these. I just want to feel like, exactly. I just want him to enjoy cashews, and eat a banana, and pat my head. That's it. All these difficult words, they should be for someone else. Because of this, we have started with the basics of conversation. Greetings, partings, identifying one another, forming questions, etc., etc. It is fortunate Whisker's current growth, number 19 I believe, has developed a mostly accurate human mouth simulation. Hello was a bit of a challenge in the previous growth, as it had failed to develop an adequate organ to act as a human tongue. You step away from the bars and store the Mario card at the document table. I should read a little slower too, but I can't help it. I think that's everything. Let's save. Let me observe Grandpa for like a second. Oh, attempt to communicate? Grandpa accedes to your request. It approaches the bars and begins to unknit its skin. The inner Grandpa, though still not fully formed, is revealed. It may be fruitful to speak with it if it can respond. Oh my goodness. He's so tiny. Ask about Wish. With a great deal of effort, Grandpa gurgles fragmented thoughts through his ill-formed lips. Mother, will Father. New lives out of the air. The dark, spiny filaments that make up the majority of Grandpa's body begins to oscillate rapidly. He's beautiful. The air behind your eyes. I can taste it. What an awesome Grandpa. Grandpa's shell. It was a great day. Skin, my body. All human skin around me. Give more. Give more to fit. Okay. Oops, I did that already. Sorry. Got it. And is that it? Oh, biohazard. However, it fails to produce more than a wet and frustrating sputtering noise. Aw, Grandpa. Goodbye. I love you, Grandpa. I adore you. You are my heart. Let me observe one more time. He seems happy. Good, good, good. My darling little angel. And weak. And weak. Yes, please. Cashews, banana, lettuce, battery, blueberries, fiberglass. Okay. Knowledge you acquired this week has given you access to a new conversation topic to discuss with Grandpa. Language. I thought this would be a short game. Maybe he might taste nice. He might give us a taste of being such a good little girl. Mrs. Richards approached me the other day in order to remark on Adrian's development. She noted how much more at ease she appeared when called upon in class, or when asked to participate in group exercises. I told her I had seen this change happening as well, and that as much as I would like to take credit for it, I could only guess dimly at what might be reshaping her attitude. Surely Grandpa will grow normally and will not develop killer instincts. I'm raising him so well, so maybe he'll surprise us and be the kindest, goodest Grandpa we know. As long as we don't feed him meat. He's like a gremlin. We'll see, we'll see. I believe in Grandpa. His heart is good and massive. Mrs. Richards posited that it was perhaps Adrian's family moving into their grandfather's property that caused the change. Okay, that makes more sense. So Grandpa, maybe Grandpa is Dr. Hart? Possibly? Or William. No, William was young. It apparently is out in the country, in a wooded area, full of wide open space and far from the bustle and noise of the city. That's dangerous. The grandfather, I'm so smart. The grandfather, Dr. Jacob Hart, had jointly purchased the land with his university he was employed with, and began constructing what he was intending to be a satellite campus for a burgeoning psychological anthropology program he had a hand in establishing. You raising a being thinking it's a grandpa when it's not, it's a scary, it kind of is, I'll admit that. Like I'm forcing it to be something it's not. But it didn't have an identity. And this is the safest one I could give it. A kind, smart grandpa. It could be worse. I could have made it into a lover. But I'm 8, so I will not. Only one building ever ended up being constructed after Dr. Hart died in a car accident when driving back from property one day. Eerily, at almost that exact same time, a grad student who was assisting Dr. Hart on the same sort of project at the property vanished without a trace. A trace. My nose is so plugged up. Do I have a napkin? Ugh. The property sat in disuse for years as it was tied up in legal battles between Dr. Hart's next of kin, the university, the vanished grad student's family, and the other students Dr. Hart was working with. Eventually, the case was settled out of court. Only recently did the property fall into the possession of Adrian's mother. Let me have some more water. And perhaps more honey. There's warm water too, so I was hoping it would help. But it's okay. Sip, sip, take your time. Story isn't going anywhere, neither is Grandpa. You're right. Take it at my own pace, read a little more slowly, and try to breathe. Thank you. Oops! I keep clicking the wrong thing. Obviously, I was not going to relate this whole tragic story to Adrian, who for all I know believes her grandpa to still be living in the basement of his house. Besides, I thought, she might already know all of this. Let me take a moment to find the napkin, though, to blow my nose. I think I made it worse. Okay. Oh, let me swipe mine. I don't know. Now it's a little harder. Oh, and earlier Smormu asked if it's okay to bring up off-topics. It's definitely fine, so don't worry if you want to ask something, or you're curious about something, or want to bring something up, you can. I'll be a little distracted with the story, but it's okay. Ugh. Have I read this right? Perhaps the elaborate story she was constructing was her own way of escaping the morbid details of a life, or perhaps lives cut short by the cruel force of fate, and the cynical adults who squabbled in the aftermath. Oh, are you feeling okay? Hopefully you don't feel rushed and choking with a sore throat. I'm feeling, alright. I'm just surprised that with the first idol meeting, you suddenly got congested. I don't know. I didn't do anything special in there. I think I should be okay. At least for the second week of growing my grandpa. I also didn't expect this game to be so long. So we'll see. Perhaps the elaborate story she was escaping, putting her away. Did I read this already? I'll click next. Woo. I mean, that sounds gross saying it out loud. Sorry. It's just, I don't know. I determined perhaps the storytelling she was and continues to engage in should not be encouraged by me, at least not in the way I went about it before where I made active inquiries into her strange fantasy of a semi-sentient ball of skin. When I saw Adrian, I did not bring up her grandpa or ask questions about his growth. Adrian could not stop talking about it, however. I had no choice but to weather her bizarre and enthusiastic effusions about her new best friend. Right. She's so cute. Adrian, maybe we can talk about something else. I'm not sure I'm following you exactly. He's gotten so big. He has so many whiskers that come out, and I can see them move around when I think about him. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm so happy Grandpa's back. He's so much cooler than Mom and Dad. Once again, for what it's worth, I have put down the story she told me as best as I could. Adrian once again told me about growing her grandpa. Can I clean up first? Good. Let's check on this guy. Oh, I don't have a sharp edge yet. Oop, let's clean. Or my parents will yell at me. Very, very tedious though. This a kiwi? Awesome! I thought it was just adornment. That it? How does it get dirty? Who's leaving fruits around? Can I go this way yet? No, it's too dark. Grandpa's gonna adore it. He's gonna love me. I'm ready to be adored too. Right here? Trash pile. Cabinet. Would this cabinet be filled again? Yeah, why? That kind of disturbs me more than the weird thing we're growing in our basement. Chomp. Oh, it's all done. Okay. Top drawer, cabinet. I'll just clean it just in case. I don't want to slack and miss out on something. Okay. One more. Hopefully there's something. Oh, that's right. It's this. Don't have a key yet. Search painting. There's nothing here. Trash pile. Oh! Potato? Yes. Now I can recognize things. I'm very cool now. A note that I missed somehow before. I am a child though. Is that not it? Oh. There you go. Ooh. Perfect. So a little bit more. Is another bulbous growth? Well, we have to take care of those as soon as possible. Please find a knife or scissors. Not a note. Life, you think Grandpa understands the concept of these words? I hope so. Maybe vaguely. He could be like a slime mold. I think those are sort of... They're technically not alive. Maybe something like that? We'll see, we'll see. The value of a life. Does Grandpa understand? Indecision. Okay. Those are our 2 words today. Oops. Go back. That should be everything. And now we'll see Grandpa Papa. Let's see. Let's see how he is, actually. I want to see if he... I should... Oh, more stuff. Onion? Pear. Let's see. And a strawberry. Got it? Got it. And we should mix that with... Let's see, potato. Wait. What does he want today? Okay. Potato. And perhaps a battery. Seems right. A pear. And fiberglass. Seems okay. Hopefully he loves it. Let's feed him first. Oh, he's so tall. Feed. Let's see. Do you like this? How do I see his nostrils? Okay, here you go. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that again. I thought maybe he would love it. Why did I think he would? Here, have a strawberry. It's so hard to click on his nostril. Hold on. Maybe a kiwi? Is there anything you love? Here, blueberries. Blueberries! Oh, okay, that's sort of cool. Why didn't he eat? I thought the important thing was the act of eating, not the food, right? I thought he would just be happy. Maybe batteries are too strong for him. Or maybe he can detect a betrayal. Okay, I won't do that again. Or at least not soon. Oh! I have to give him more food. Oops. Uh-oh. Grandpa, I'm so sorry. Kiwi. Here you go. I wonder how they got these textures. So good. And the cashews. You love the cashews. Smell it. Smell it. Oh. Here you go. There. A 3-course meal. Or actually, he threw up. Let me double check. We'll leave. Is that enough? Okay, no, he's happy. Oh no, he's not. I have to feed him one more. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. Now let's teach him. Teach Grandpa. Life. Yes, because only 4 letters. Okay, life. It's so hard to keep this controlled. But he's trying so hard, so I should too. I'm messing up. He did it! He's getting it. Haven't completed the lesson. Oh, right. None. At week 3 of growth 24, Whiskers appeared to recall some information from a previous growth cycle. We cannot be sure that this was really the case. For all we know, what we interpreted as it recollecting this information was really it drawing semantic content from one of our recollections of it and redeploying it without rationality or contextualization. For the sake of our safety and for the sake of scientific inquiry, we are attempting to draw out from Whiskers whether it somehow retains knowledge from previous cycles and its morpholactic nucleus. We did not think it was possible the nucleus, though complex and incredible in its regenerative abilities, was capable of this, and that the nerve network that grew from it made up the base of Whiskers' mind. So we are now attempting to ask Whiskers, as best as we can, if it has ever died, or what it might have remembered if it did. Oh, damn it. I was interested in that. One more word. Explore the basement. I did. Oh, I did that. Okay. Alright. Right. Oops. Wait, can I explore more? Oh, darn it. That's way too much. Just a little girl. Everything's so dirty. I don't think so. I think it's just perfectly pretending to be something you want it to be. Sort of like an AI. Which is funny because Smarmu mentioned that perfectly. He foresaw this. Can I pick any of this up? Which is kind of interesting. Oops. Posters. I do not trust this grandpa now. He's gonna pat me in the head and not mean it. That's gonna hurt me forever. I should have a oh! Is there any kind of emote you like to see? I'm trying to gather more ideas. I have a few. But they're more to my taste, and my tastes are weird. Take your time. This is something I could pick up? I should do a heart emoji. Everyone seems to have one. They're all the rage. Number 2. Right. I clean all this. Okay. Oh, we have the thingy. Heart emote is nice, yeah. Or a comfy emote. Okay. Let me write that down just in case. Because we all know I'm very forgetful. Heart. And comfy. Emote. We will see. But don't feel pressured to use it. You seem so fond of the ones you have now. Where do you get those, actually? Propagation 21. Day 19 after dormancy. Vacuum broken. Terminated at 21 days. Huh. Intriguing results with regard to the mimic hypothesis. A participant entered a sealed chamber adjacent to Whiskers, which has been freed from anthropoidic vacuum, constructed quite economically from plastic and broken mirrors. The first propagation's original earthenware vacuum was shattered during the move-in. Between the two, there was a semi-opaque glass panel that allowed opposition voice. Most of my emails are from a streamer called Meowzel, who plays Identity V. I'll write that down too. I need more Identity V players. Right here. I need more people to follow. And I need more people to teach me Identity V. I haven't played in forever. I usually played Prospector and Dream Witch. But I don't have the confidence to do it now. Well, I might have a collab in the works for that too. The human participant was asked to think of someone in the popular consciousness, fictional or no, and conjugate on their image, personality, face if possible, voice if possible, etc. Our participant chose Jesus of Nazareth, and with weekly repeated exposures to the participant's imaginings, Propagation 21 began forming what resembled an anthropoid Nazarene in the fold of his spines. It's not too difficult. If you ever want to give it a try, we could probably make a 10-man lobby and play 2v8. That should be the easiest game mode to get used to. You can practice all sort of skills you want. And I'll get to chase everyone. But it's a fun game. The fandom can be a little mean sometimes, most fames. It's free, you don't have to pay, but you don't have to play it either. It's just a suggestion. In case you're interested, don't worry. No pressure. Yeah, Jesus, I would have chose Superman or something. Or Batman. Something that seems a little safer than Jesus. Let me have some water. Wow. Previous human-oriented tests have always brought out a result that Whiskers would form in an anthropoid team member, be it me or Dr. Hart or Gerald. Who's Gerald? And we assumed it was merely mimicking one of us. Dr. Hart has always contended that the Cyrus yield, or the anthropoid reproduction Whiskers creates when in contact with human beings, has always been based on the conception in relation to the person to someone else. Wait, but we are doing the same. You're gonna make a god? Yes! So this is kind of, it's funny. This is kind of teaching us how to properly make our own god. I like it, I like it. I'm having some ideas already. I guess we should all imagine a figure in our hearts when we try to make it. And give the god form to that. That's true. If we do that, if I get a pet lobster, I could pass it down my bloodline and make it into a Leviathan. It's not impossible. I could be the first. How to make your own god. Be the god. That would be cute too. We could have a course on that as well. How to become a god. I know a thing or two about that. The first things first is worshipping the moon. That's very important. Not the sun, the moon. But that's for a later date. Gotta write down all the facts that I know. Yes. Within this framework, the Cyrus field yield is not actually a replica of a person, or if it is only a replica of the fiction of a person generated in the mind of another. So fascinating. Praise Rur. Praise the moon, Scourge. Perfect. I should have one of those emotes too. Praising the moon. I'll think about that. The Cyrus, I have to pick a way of pronouncing that. The Cyrus yield was not Jesus Christ, but the participant's image of Jesus that resembled upon from their religious upbringing, religious artwork, depictions in popular culture, etc. This radiograph was taken right before the destruction of the growth cycle, while Whiskers was rendered unconscious via fumigation. It seems like with every successive propagation, the stem cells in the organism work a little faster. But I'm not paranoid. It's technically deathless, yes, but we're burning up whatever knowledge it gained when we incinerate it. I don't believe in magic just yet. Do you see Jesus in this? I don't quite understand what I'm looking at. Unless it's writing out the words. So we didn't make Jesus, but close enough. And what's wrong with that, right? Sometimes a fake can surpass the original. Right? Archer would be proud of that, wouldn't he? And Joan of Arc. Altar. I don't really see Jesus in it though. I'm also not too acquainted with him, so perhaps... Oh! I don't want to read more notes. I'm so tired. We have taken to calling it Whiskers, though of course some have interpreted its hair or needles or quills as hair, oops. But Whiskers is more accurate, as needles are really more like supersensory follicles or spines. As a confirmed Angelican, we can probably take Jesus in a fight, I'd reckon, as long as his dad doesn't enter cheat codes. His dad seems pretty fond of him, so probably. Enter left, right, B8, start. Right? Left, right, up, down. B8, start. I can't remember the Nintendo code or Sega code. How shameful of me. Angelican. The nerve nets distributed throughout the morphology of these spines resemble those of the genus Hydra, but have myelin sheaths that are functionally the same as vertebrae. As we can see in the X-ray, each spine is laden with dense optical arrangements similar to compound eyes. The Hydra connection is assuredly worth investigating with regard to the organism's capacity for regeneration and anecdotal death. It is certain as a robust enough to creature to inspire marvel that is not untinged with fear. I'm gonna hate watching my VOD. I know it. I know it to be true. There's so many notes. Ugh. Exposure to mammalian forms, part of a series of zoomorphic influences, led to further understanding of the propagation's ability to simulate the somatic stem cells that constitute fully developed animals. I write stimulate in the previous statement because examining the tissue of each propagation leads me to believe its amazing capacity for accelerated growth of vastly different forms comes from its cell-level mutability. And yet at no time does it function as the thing it becomes, except in the sense that it mimics it. That is to say, when Whiskers is removed from dormancy and replicates a rabbit's morphology, it is not seeing from the rabbit's eyes, nor smelling from the rabbit's nose, but pretending that it does and doing a very good job of it. Understandable. Right? It reminds me of exactly like the myths, right? Keeps regenerating, keeps eating, and we just keep growing and growing unless we burn them all. There's so many. I don't quite trust that burning them is enough, since they abandoned the project and all. Hydras. But very interesting to copy a body perfectly but not use the functions. Like no breathing through its nose, no seeing through the eyes. That's also scary. Oh wait, let me see. Terminated 16 days. 6 days. 12 days. I can't breathe. The radiograph was taken at or around growth cycle number 4. The strange thing about it was that the subject of the image was found nowhere near the enclosure. I think this is octopus nowadays, right? Almost perfect mimicry. Yeah. They can mimic most things. They can mimic rocks. They can mimic other fish. Very impressive. When the humans die off, the octopi will rise and fill the lands with their forms. At least that's what I remember seeing in a video once. But they don't live very long, surprisingly. I thought octopus would live at least 17 years. But it only lives for like 2 to 5 years. And if it's pregnant, it dies almost immediately once the eggs are birthed. Can an octopus mimic my dead best friend? There is a manga that happened like that, but the goal of the octopus demon spawn was to make more of itself. So if you're okay with your best friend coming on to you, maybe, but hopefully it's not interested in that and just makes your friend a nice little thing for you to enjoy. Maybe a day with them would be nice, right? Unless that's rude to say, I'm sorry. I'm not quite good at these social things. No, it was Frank and Fran. So the Summer Hikaru die is very good though. I'm enjoying that. I just wish it could have kept this BL tag. It's a shame that it shook it off. Possibly for the anime, but I thought it's a subject more accepted nowadays, especially after Yuri on Ice. Oh yeah, his sister. Sorry. I can't believe he gave in almost so easily. Maybe there's a secret happy ending for that. Yeah, they did. He just ran for it. He just gave in. And then she got all the eggs she wanted. But maybe there's a happy ending somehow. It seems like in Frank and Fran, if you have a happy ending, there'll later be a side story to ruin it and make it depressing. Like the girl who was turned into a whale and was pregnant. That made me mad. The side story where it was like the whales were not being kind to her. Almost like a piece of Whiskers fell off and scuttled into a corner. Alright. Oh yeah! Thank God that that was the first story, right? Thank goodness that she escaped from that. What a life to live. Is being one giant tumor. That might make for an interesting VTuber though. Why? That series was fun. It didn't really have a proper ending though, right? That was a little disappointing, but still very fun. The radiograph was taken at or around the growth cycle number 4. I have to read it then. The sequel? Is it just as fun as the first one? Or a little awkward? Because I remember I enjoyed reading Pet Shop of Horrors, but I kept being told the sequel wasn't as good. Freaking fan panic. Okay, let me write that down so I don't forget. And start reading that too. I love episodic horror stories. Frank and Fran. Panic. Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me. But I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm sorry that it turned to manga recommendations. Manga. The radiograph was taken out or around growth cycle 4. Oh, I read that, I think. I feel like we learned a lot since then, but at this time, I remember speaking about the morphology being weird. Not really resembling any extant zoomorphic structure, besides maybe a cuttlefish. Yeah! We're right on the money. Aquatic. Oh, no, Oh, wait. Wait, I'm lost. Oh! I'm so slow. I'm so silly. I'm so sorry. But that's right on the money. Don't worry. I won't turn you into an eggland. Your best friend is here to stay. Oh, frantic. Let me just add a little note. So that's one theory, huh? That I'm a octopus? That's pretty cute. I like that. Oops. Then I've happened to open the thing up. So I'm your best friend. Is that it? Inside were all these little dead amoeba-like things. But they all sort of looked like they had faces. Faces that were just barely there. After I took the radiograph, I gathered it up and went to go through it in the biohazard bin. Oh, that's right. He started crying or getting upset when we mentioned that. As I walked by the bars of the enclosure, I could hear Whiskers suddenly going wild, flopping around and grunting excitedly. Could I have smelled the cuttlefish thing? Would it eat its own production? I guess it's technically flesh. Oops. This is beyond the scope of the project, but it could be that without the stimulus of an active brain, or more specifically, a healthy and active brain capable of face recognition and theory of mind, Whiskers begins to pull whatever it can from the limited data available to it. Okay. Again, this is not our focus at the time, but I left a note for Dr. Hart just in case you want to take a look. Got it. Faces, amoeba, eggland? Wait, it can make food? The fruits in the basement. Oh my gosh, you're right. It could just be pieces of his flesh pretending to be meat. Would Grandpa trick us like that? Yes, he would. He cannot be trusted. But I will continue to feed him, because that's what a good granddaughter does. I think I explored most of the basement. Let's teach it one more word. Teach the Grandpa. Yes, always trust Abzu. Don't trust the notification of the go live. I can be trusted. I have a good heart. Let's learn a new word, my little darling. What? Decision. So hard to get right. It's getting closer though. Perfect! Oh, he said that so well. Let's see what they said about that. We are introducing the latest growth of Whiskers to more subtle social cues and testing its ability to judge mental states of participants in conversation. See. Yeah, I'm so proud of him. Grandpa's doing great. You could hear that so clearly, like ASMR-ish almost. The semantic content that flows to Whiskers via its psi field is still becoming muddled and slipped without distinction into conversation, although our intention, it feels like I'm rapping. Although our intention with stilling it in a solid theory of mind will perhaps make it begin to understand that we do not know what it knows, or know what we are, without our control of something to it. One would think of a theory of mind seems to develop as part of its maturation. Oh my god, Abzu. Maturation process. In order to hunt sapient beings, it must be able to deceive them. In order to deceive, it must be able to make certain metacognitive judgments. For example, if the deception appears to be working, or how one ought to be deceived. We may never see it develop a theory of mind anytime soon, as Dr. Hart has disallowed a cycle of Whiskers growth to live into the beginnings of maturity. Where did they find him in the first place? I think that's all good. We can save and possibly end the game here, because I am tired. So Grandpa will deceive on instinct. It sounds like it. That's his whole deal. I don't have any more. I have this, but I don't have a picture yet. I should look around the basement just one more time, though. Yes. Thank you for the stream. Rest well. Hope your throat feels better. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I wish I could have been a little more, but it's fine. I'll get better at reading, hopefully, and then I'll move on to visual novels, and then I'll make a visual novels. Game feels long, though, to be fair. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be as short as maybe subject or anatomy. I'm very interested in the story. I just wasn't mentally prepared to be so overwhelmed by it. But it's okay. We also tried a new time to stream. A new story. I guess is another. Maybe I'll end next week. Right. Well, we'll see. Thank you for joining me. It was fun to grow up Grandpa with everyone. Now we'll rest a bit. Okay. And I might. No, I shouldn't say. Okay, yes, I'll rest now. Goodbye and good day or good night. I must go. My people need me. Goodbye.